Thank you for joining us again. It's day 3 here at the Medalla Light Puerto Rico Open at the Convention Center in San Juan. We have a world-class matchup here for you, as we have Joshua FILLER and Chang JUNG-LIN here in the arena, ready for battle. The winner advances and the loser is out. The commentators for this match are Jim Wych and myself, Tim the Ruyter. And how are you today, Jim?
I'm doing great. Yeah, you're right about that. World-class matchup. Two former world champions in separate disciplines. Well, I say former world champion. The man in your picture right now, he is the reigning world 8-ball champion. Hasn't been played that event in a decade, so he's got to hold on to that title for a prolonged period of time, but didn't hear anything go down, and Filler's out of his chair. This does promise to be a very high-powered and fast-paced match.
Yeah, we're a couple balls moving in the right direction. Just last moment got kissed away and left at least a shot on the one. He could go aggressive here. Shoot it to the left or the right corner. He chose the left one. Was always guaranteed to be on the 2-ball either to the left side pocket or the right. But did he push that 3-ball? Like, did he close that 3-ball, or is it still open? No, he locked that 3-ball up, so he might be able to shoot the 2-ball off the 6 and then run the cue ball 2 rails in, like into the 310. But he decided to play a safety on the 2, and he's done that perfectly.
Yeah, this isn't going to be an easy hit, and the reason that he elected to play safe there was exactly what you said, Tim. He had locked up the 3, and there was just no positional value. So he's trying to extract the mistake from Chang right now.
Well, and just look at the cue ball. He eliminated both long rail kicks first, so he has to hit the short rail bridging over the 6. And yeah, this is extremely tough. So ball in hand for Joshua. Played a great safety there.
Yeah, the one thing that'll never be said of Josh FILLER is that he lacks confidence and self-belief. Great young player. One of the players, I think it's fair to say, is the pool world at his feet, and has done so much in a short period of time. Everybody looks where his name is in the draw.
Oh, and tried to miss the 9 and run into the 310. So now he's the one opening up the 3-ball. You see, he just caught that 9-ball. And what is there? Just curious to see. Is he gonna play this with a lot of right, trying to beat the kiss? Yeah, tried to bang the 3-ball over to the other side. Very good speed. Made it really look easy. Of course, it's not safe. It's not behind any balls. So I do expect Chang to come up with a re-counter here, re-safety.
Well, certainly FILLER has given up the opportunity to maintain the initiative. A good safety shot from Chang here. You can see the balls are all in the open now, so this 3 holds the key to the first rack.
Yeah, thinning the right side of the 3, probably with right spin, bringing the cue ball in between the 6 and the 4. No, he did not play the right spin. He was trying to get straight to the short rail, and one of the reasons why I was thinking about the right spin is because then you also can use the 5-ball as a blocker for the 3. In this case, there was a window between the 6 and the 9. So there is a cut shot if FILLER wants to go aggressive. You can also tuck the cue ball behind the 7, which I personally like better, but he didn't get it. Still has the backup cover with the 5 and the 6 though.
Yeah, pretty easy 1-rail kick though. And he's called the 9 in the side, just in case he hits that 3. And plants it into that 9.
Yeah, I don't really see him making the 9. But look at the cue ball. That's his main thing. This is what he was trying to do, and I think he played that very well. Might be just enough. Well, FILLER looks like he might be able to make this 3-ball. But he was purposely trying to thin the 3-ball on the left side and bring the cue ball back up. And well, he's left a shot for Joshua. Oh. Maybe a little early nerves.
Yeah, it just taps the table. He believes he's fortunate for not leaving a better shot on the 3 to Chang. But yeah, possibly, Tim, early nerves. I mean, it's the first rack. Both players have had a little time on the table just practicing, getting a feel for the speed.
He might go behind the 9 here. 2 rails. He needs to glue the cue ball, and he did. It's a good shot. Main thing on that shot is you're trying not to leave a 1 or 2 railer. Well, he's kicking over this short rail, kicking it very far, and then with left spin to make the angle shorter. See, he really straightened it up to increase the chance of making the 7, but he failed to do so.
And he's left a chance. First chance really for Chang here now. And if he lands nice on the 4, everything else will be at his mercy.
Yeah, played for the 4-ball in the bottom left corner, and like you said, Jim, the balls are spread pretty nicely. All the other balls are in the top side of the table, so not much traveling to do here. Oh, and he's missed the 4. He was straight on the 4, he's just missed it.
Yeah, he'll have a few funny thoughts as he walks back to his chair after that effort. Very surprising. Maybe just didn't give the shot the attention it was due.
Oh, and he's pushed the 5 with the 7. Makes things a little bit more difficult. But might play this with right spin. Will run into the 7, and then when it hits the rail, it will take off with the right spin. Oh, and caught that 7 a little bit full, almost scratched. But it worked out. He's got the 6 to the corner, and that 7-ball moved pretty nicely in front of the other side pocket.
Force follow on that cue ball to get above the 7. And now he's going to do what he can to help Chang remember that miss. And FILLER, far too capable a player to be given chances like this.
Yeah, FILLER, who already has been in a couple shootouts, just survived one against Vincent Faquet from France. And he lost to?
Lost to Dennis Grab.
Dennis Grape, yeah. Which Dennis had also a good win here on the TV table earlier, so. But Joshua FILLER takes the first game here against Chang-LIN. A little nervy start, both players not really settled down yet. Missed a couple shots we didn't really expect them to miss. But like you can see, even on world class level, a mistake is easily made.
Yeah, all those amateurs at home, they can take heart when they see all these top players missing the odd easy shot. Anything can be missed. They all do have a pulse.
Yeah, but they're extremely dangerous whenever they get comfortable. And this could go just to one player, could just be one player that gets extremely comfortable and starts running over the other guy. Could also that both players start hitting that gear, and then we might be in for a great battle.
Well, they are short races, you know, races to 4. First to win 2 sets. If it goes 1-1, we go into the shootout. This is my 9th match that I've commentated here in San Juan. I've been fortunate enough to see one shootout, and it is pretty exciting, I have to tell you. You know, the players may not necessarily be a fan of this format, but the spectators and the commentators are.
All players go wherever the money is, I guess so.
Yeah, too true.
So Joshua broke from the side, played a really thin cut break though. And he's left a shot on the one. You see, look at the cue ball going to the second diamond, quite low. And really didn't have that many balls moving. And I said Chang might have the one of the three, but now it looks like the three ball's a little bit too much off the rail to do that.
It's close to him. The camera angle can be a bit deceptive.
Well, he did call it, so maybe it's still there. We'll need to hit the one ball really thin into the thick side of the three. Oh, and he cut it in. He cut it straight in. Wow, look at this for a cut.
Yeah, look at the position to the two. Perfect. Controlled the cue ball as well as he could have hoped. And I dare say these are there for the taking. I said that in the first rack, and he faltered.
Well, still needs a little work to get to the 5 ball though. Just because the 8 is in the way, it's not easy to get straight on the 5 and then have the easy 6 ball next. So I expect him to draw this back. Doesn't want to end up straight. It's a little angle. And then now, if he gets to the center of the table, he will have an angle running towards the 6, which you actually want to avoid. Could also go forward and shoot the 5-6 combination,
which he's had a look at from this end of the table. That would definitely be the easier option in terms of where he'd have to go with the cue ball. If he tries to get that cue ball anywhere near the middle, he's going to have to come with a bit of a stroke.
Yeah, the only thing with the combination though, it's not straight, and the 5 ball will also move a little bit. So either way, it's going to be difficult. I like probably going to the center of the table. Oh, don't go too far. And did he might have played it absolutely perfect and got straight, but that was a fine line between being in the behind the 8 or getting there. That was an awesome shot.
Yeah, I don't think he could hit that any better if he tried. I didn't think he could get that far out into the center of the table, but to leave the 5 dead on, I mean, he's made his work that much easier.
So now possibly playing low right, 2 rails, leaving himself the 8 in the right center pocket. It's the most easy way to get the angle going up table if you play this with low right to the other side.
Guarantees him the angle on the 8 to drop nicely on the 9.
Got a little high on this 9 ball. We'll have to go 2 rails. Minimum 2 rails. There's multiple ways that players play this. I just like short rail, short rail. And I think he underhit this. Cue ball is... No, it's okay. So this 10 ball to level the score. 1 each. JUNG-LIN.
Yeah, vital clearance, that one. And 1-1, perfect time for us to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more action. Welcome back, folks. Chang with a confidence boosting clearance in the last rack, and much needed after missing an easy ball in the opener. So he's got to be feeling a little better about proceedings now. He'll break in rack number 3. And our head referee, head official John Lehman, just putting the balls together, trying to ensure a total displacement as Chang takes them apart in the break.
Yeah, a little mistake in the first game, like you said, but the next game played a really nice, clean run out. So I think he settled down himself after that mistake. So let's see if last break he hit him pretty good and very hard. You see he's really jumping up in the air to get everything into that. Great break.
Yeah, no kidding. Lots of power and control on that cue ball. Countless hours of practice to be able to play that shot with the sort of force that he plays it. And that kind of break, he can take to any tournament he plays in. He's going to be a threat. Thin cut on the 1, just looking down the line for the intended path he wants to take. Cue ball is going to be tracking right up towards the 2 next.
Oh, and he tried to go all around and might get fortunate here. Very fortunate here. At first he was just looking to, well, it looked like the 1 ball is going to end up behind the 7, but that cue ball really crawled next to the 6.
Yeah, and there were no apologies offered either, I noticed. I watched him as he went back to his chair, and very fortunate.
Well, to a certain point, some players, they really don't care. Like FILLER should be happy to get to the table anyways.
Ask no quarter, give no quarter, Tim.
Yeah. So, and Killer, well, FILLER, they call him Killer FILLER, so either way, he misjudged that a little bit. It's the second time he played that shot, and twice he came on the short side. So that means maybe the table is starting to grab a little bit of spin, a little bit more. Oh, and ball in hand comes at the right time for Chang, because with ball in hand this rack is a lot easier than when he had that opening shot.
Yeah, he had to be a little careful. He tucked his shirt in there. He was leaning right over top the 10, and he wasn't a million miles from a shirt foul. And I was watching our referee, John Lehman, eagle-eyed, just gauging that shirt over the 10.
Yeah, so possibly running into the other side of the table, but ran a little bit far.
Draw back to the area he's standing now. He's already given himself the 3, so he just wants to think about where he wants to place the cue ball for the 4 next.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be all the way straight on the 4, like he doesn't have to get all the way back to the short rail. Just around the spot is okay. Just like that. Hit that really good. You see, this is something I really learned playing the pros for a long period of time, is to where they will do something crazy when they have to, but when they don't have to, they'll keep it super simple, and they will not do too much with the cue ball. They will do exactly enough to make sure they'll get to the finish line and not more.
No, you're exactly right.
Well, and here you overran the cue ball a little bit.
Yeah, he's just dropped a little awkward. Was intending to get on this 6 to the side, pocket it's closest to, still on into the side, just made a little more difficult given he's playing into a blind pocket, and the cue ball is going to be running around a bit.
Well, originally the cue ball could go straight in this bottom left corner pocket, so maybe playing this with low, trying to draw the cue ball out straight to the long rail. Oh, he hit that very nice. Look at the spin taking off too.
Yeah, back in prime position now. Good recovery, that one from Chang. Played it with left hand spin to run it around the angles. He knew he was on the line for the 7, so speed wasn't necessarily a concern.
So just stunning over the cue ball, or is he drawing for the 9 in the side? Yeah, he was. So another good layout. Another good run out from Chang Yun-Lin. He's been in the USA for like 2.5 months, 3 months now, and he's been playing a lot, so I'm not surprised if he would snap off a tournament somewhere soon. And I keep saying this about a lot of players at the moment. Everybody's hitting their high gear.
Well, no better time. This is the final stop for 2022 in the Predator Pro Billiard Series, so nothing like ending the year on a winning note. And he knows the 8-ball, the World 8-ball Championship, also sponsored by Predator, is upcoming following the Puerto Rico Open. We've got a junior event that's going to be in between, sandwiched in between the two as well. That'll be going on, and as we already know, women are playing. A couple of women's matches coming up later this afternoon that you and I are going to be commentating on, Tim. So it really is all happening. This is right now the mecca of the pool playing world,
well,
right here in San Juan.
It's not just a junior event, it's a world 9-ball, world junior 9-ball championships. Makes it even better.
Prestigious.
So Chang Yun-Lin crushing the break, making the 1. And how is the spread? The spread is perfect. Got nice shape on the 2, the 3, 4, 5, and the 6 are really nearby each other, really close to each other. You see that 1 and the 2 were fighting which one to go first.
Yeah, the power of having a big break in pool. I mean, you can park your opponent in their chair, prolonged period of time.
Oh, doesn't want to be straight. Oh, maybe this is okay. He might be able to still stun the cue ball off the rail, just a ball or 2. You shoot the 4-ball in the top left corner. Or does he still have enough angle? No, I think he's okay to draw in between the 4. Oh, okay, so he took the first option. Like again, he was playing it more simple.
Taking your advice.
Well,
Keep it simple.
I just give options, no advice, just options. Yeah, just look at the cue ball. Not much movement going on. Just keeps it short and simple, moving the cue ball around, minimalizing the movement of the cue ball, less risk. So now probably 2 rails. It's always nicer to play that extra rail so you can judge the cue ball speed a little better.
Yeah, he's starting to look real comfortable out there. That's an ominous sign if you're a Josh FILLER fan.
Well, I'm sure FILLER will have a chance somewhere. And if not, that means Chang probably played great pool. That's how it goes sometimes.
Nice angle on the 9. Get the cue ball down closer for the 10. And that would give Chang a 3-1 advantage.
Yeah, perfect speed. This 10 ball for Chang Yun-Lin to go on the hill. Straight in the hole.
Yeah, the hill arrives. 3-1 confirmed here in San Juan.
We'll go for a short little break. Stay with us, guys.
A warm welcome back. Beautiful city of San Juan, the host city for the Medalla Puerto Rican Open 10-ball championship. Here in the conference center, we're in the Salon Ballroom, right across from the hotels. I don't know about you, Tim, but my hotel, I've been taking pictures of the inside of the room that I'm in. Probably fit 4 people in the shower. My kind of shower.
Yeah, everything has been great so far. Great venue. Also the CSI Caribbean Expo going on in the background, so we'll have a packed venue coming up, especially this weekend. I expect it to be very crowded, so it's great for pool, great for the game. And Chang made a ball on the break, and he's looking here to play the kick and stick. The one's relative close to the rails, that means low right. Especially that little bit of right, I like to play it so I can aim a little bit further, and then it will make it short to increase the chance of sticking the cue ball perfectly there. Or is he playing it soft? Well, he still got the one to the other side.
Yeah, this was close.
It was a close call. He almost made the 5. If he had made the 5, he would have been in trouble.
Yeah, because he didn't call the 5.
And he might still get in trouble, because this is a pretty okay 2-rail kick. If Joshua can hit the one up table and maybe run the cue ball. Oh, just that cue ball, it died when because it hit the one too full in the face.
Well, Chang would like to have seen that drop, because he would have been on the 2-5 combination. That would have been a little easier than trying to get from the 1 to the 2, that's for certain.
It's not a super tough shot, this. If he plays real first, he will go around the 8, in between the 8 and the 3. Come on the long rail and settle down nicely for the 2-5 combination. But yes, if the 1 dropped, that would be a lot easier.
Tim, you make this sound like it's pretty straightforward. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking this looks tough even from the commentary box. This is going to be some shot. If he can get back onto the 2, he'll have done really well.
Perfect. Chose not to play the rail first, but played it with a little bit stun and left spin to make the angle. Just the only thing with this shot, if he hits the 5 ball a little bit full just on the side of the long rail, he might lose the 2 ball a little bit for position. Oh, and he double kissed it in, and has he left himself a cut on the 2? Oh, it's a big cut, very big cut. Might have to play the bank. Yeah, he called the bank shot.
Easier to control the cue ball, and it'll drop nicely onto the 3. He'd expect to get this.
Yeah, nice shot. Played good speed there to slide the ball in.
Marginally overran what would have been ideal position on the 3, but again, he's the right side of it to play under the 4, and if he gets this and lands on the 4, you might see this first set come to a conclusion.
Yeah, he's cutting this in the side, running just past the 10, and then with a lot of right spin, and he played it very good. He's definitely looking good, and he had a pretty okay run in Michigan at the Pro Billiard Series, Michigan Open. So he might be due to win one maybe this week.
He will be defending his World 8-Ball Championship that he's held for 10 years. 2012, last time it was played, and he was the winner. He'd love to put a few more jewels in his crown.
Got a little straight on the 8. Expect him to just draw back a little bit. Take a somewhat longer 9-ball.
Be quite happy if he get the cue ball back to where it is now.
Yeah. Well, you can take a bigger risk, but like I said, this is the same moment. Like sometimes the pros, they really just know when to do that little bit extra and when to just keep it simple like this. Big difference.
Well, very confident and assured Chang JUNG-LIN securing the 10, and with it, the opening set, 4-1. Had one hiccup in the first rack, and since then, he found a gear. A 4-1 winner, set number 1.
Yeah, he's played brilliant so far. Just missing that 4-ball in the first game, and then after, just pinpoint positions, playing good safety shots. This game is coming along. He also broke pretty well so far, and that's something special. We haven't really seen many players break so well, but he's crushing them and getting results.
It's actually the best I've seen from any player, male or female, in terms of breaking and being able to take the break out.
Yeah, and a little bit worried. Filler in general doesn't break that crazy hard. Usually very effective, but not a very hard breaker. And now again, hit it very thin. Here we have the replay. Look at the 1-ball. Came up just on the point, and the cue ball went to the second diamond pretty low. So probably a long distance safety. Yeah, the minimum was for him to at least get that 1-ball just past the side. If he had left it a little bit short, like I said, that's why I said long distance. He wanted to create the distance and not leave an easy jump shot. This is, well, there's some good stuff that can happen. If Joshua kicks this 1-ball and slides the cue ball over towards the 3-5-8. Oh, I'm not sure what he was trying to do here. And he's certainly has left a shot for Chang JUNG-LIN to start his journey in the second set.
Just looking where he has to get with the cue ball to leave the 2 available, shooting it between the 7 and the 10. Almost looks like he's just got to come between the 2 diamonds. On the right-hand side bottom of the rail as we look.
Oh, and he's missed the 1.
Wow.
It's just like so similar to that 4-ball he's missed in the first rack in the first set.
Obviously between 2 minds, I think Tim just so concerned with the speed of the cue ball. Took his eye off the pot.
Yeah, I think so too. And in the Billiard series rules, we do play early 10 balls. So that means if he wants to play the lower numbered ball on the table and call the 10 ball in any pocket, it counts as a win. Just not on the break.
He's eyeing the 10 up. 2-10 combination to secure the first rack in the second set.
Yeah, called the 10 ball and took his extension to make sure he has plenty of time. Might be able to play the cue ball safety in mind behind the 5. But why play safe if you can make it? Joshua Filler on the board. Took the first game just like the first set, but now this time he needs to make sure he stays in control.
Yeah, carbon copy of the first set. A simple miss from his opponent, and he capitalizes. He doesn't want the end result to be a carbon copy, though. The best he can do is get this to a shootout. So that's his goal. But he'll break in rack number 2.
Yeah, here we have John Lehman racking the balls with the Predator Arrow rack. The Arcos II balls and the lovely reflection of the arena lights in the balls. It's my favorite picture right here. Just I love those lights. They're my favorite.
Yeah, they give absolutely perfect conditions to the players that have made their way here. 44 countries represented in this year's event. 192 players in total. That doesn't include the juniors. That's just 64 ladies and 128 men. Full fields.
So he's breaking from the same spot again. Is he doing the same kind of cut break on the one? Or is he trying to do a little bit more? Oh, now he's crushing the break a lot more. And that 7, oh, that 7 ball was going straight to the pocket and got blocked by the 9. Yeah, I think there's a bigger chance of having a ball go in with this speed than with the other speeds. He's broken just barely having the results yet. But
he's got half a pocket here just past the 9. He's eyeing it up the left-hand side as we look.
Well, the thing is, he needs to do something with the cue ball too. As the cue ball doesn't go in the bottom right corner, he needs extreme good accuracy on this. And a good cue ball. So he's made the 1 and he's got on the 2. That's something else, to be honest.
Played that about as well as he could have asked. Nice angle. Shouldn't be too hard for him to get that cue ball over to the 3. 4. Looks like it's in the open.
Well, I'm not sure. Can he still draw up high of the 3 ball? Oh, he was playing low right and he's underhit it. That's what I was saying. Like he was just having a little bit too much angle to draw the cue ball to the high side of the 3. That's why he decided to go all around, and we'll see Joshua Filler back to the table. Possibly glued behind the 4 or the 10 ball. Well, I think Chang was trying to do a little bit more than this, and he's left a jump shot on for Joshua. He came running to the table with his jump cue. He was excited to get to shoot. All straight in the hole, but what is he getting on the 4? Is he able to still make it from here? I think he can. Let's see. I think he still has a shot on the 4, and the good thing is if he makes the 4, he's got the 5 perfectly in front of the pocket, so this is key shot. Like Tony Robles would say, this ball is equivalent to the 10 ball. Oh, just it's a friendly bump on the 6. Don't go around that. Oh, wow.
Yes, this game can be very cruel at times, and you just saw the best example of exactly that. Fantastic shot, fully deserving of position to the 5. 5 right over the pocket. Look where that cue ball's found a spot. Hard to take.
Oh, well. Still has another good shot to make, but this was certainly one of them. That he made it look a lot easier than it was, because he really had to thin cut that 5 ball. So now 6 ball to the corner. Yeah, that shot was just as tough as the 5 ball.
You're seeing why this man has won a world title.
Yeah,
raw talent.
2018 World 9 Ball Champion and runner-up in the World 10 Ball Championships the year after, losing to Koping Chang. But he's right there knocking on the door in every tournament he plays in. And this 10 ball to take a 2-0 lead, and the Joshua Filler train has just left. Just like us, we'll go for a short break.
Welcome back, everybody. Josh Filler securing a 2-0 advantage in the second set and a terrific run out in the last rack. Not once did he hang his head, and he had plenty of reason to. He just got on with his business and elevated his game. Terrific
look
shot
at the 9 ball. Just follow the path of the 9. Goes 4 rails around. Gets a kiss on the cue ball, gets a kiss on the 6 ball, and then goes in. And look at where the 1 ball is up too.
One good shot from the 1 to the 2, and hard work may have been done.
Yeah, try to juice up the cue ball there. Might have come up too short. Yeah, he did. And we might see him go for the super thin cut or the 2 of the 5 ball.
A bit adventurous, because he does have an easy safety here.
Yeah, but sometimes it's time to go, and I think he's going just for the regular cut. Oh, well, he made that work, but the 3 doesn't go to the side. The only option he has from here is to maybe shoot the 3 off the 7 in the side, and that's tough with the cue ball being there. So the other option is leaving the cue ball behind the 4. Yeah, and another very nice safety shot from Joshua. Just if you look at his cue ball work, he really stepped up his game. Has no 1 rail kick because the 6 ball is blocking it. Cannot get underneath for the 3. So we might see him go 3 rails in between the 6 and the 8, around the 10. And possible calling the 3 ball in the side. And that cue ball. Oh, look at this for a result.
Just a smattering of applause. That was a great hit and a much better end result. We'll see it again, clipping it off the 3rd cushion, but where that white is found cover behind the 5, that's what really concerned Josh Filler.
So he's going 1 rail here, medium speed, good speed. Played at the speed to at least create some distance, and he might have just gotten there or just not. It's a tough call.
Well, I was leaning back and just waiting to see how the balls were going to finish, because it's close, very close.
Might be able to play a really small message, jacking the cue up a little bit with left spin and have a little bit bending into the 3. Oh yeah, he's playing with a lot of left to curve that around, and well, still needs another good shot as he's got a wrong angle on the 4.
And cue ball near the cushion, so he can't jack up and draw on this, at least the way that he would like to. If he can stab this in and keep the cue ball in the middle, that'll work.
Oh yeah, he played that with a little right spin and found the 10 ball. So now let's see how he's feeling. Is there any nerves? Or is he feeling still that comfortable like he was in the first set? Oh, where is the cue ball going? Perfect position on the 6 ball. Played that very nicely, and it's a big game for Chang. You know that I always say the first game and the last game is the toughest one to win. But it also works for sets too. Like you need to get on the board to get loose a little bit, to gain that momentum and get going.
And again, this is a loser's side matchup, so the man that tastes defeat here might be heading to the beach for a couple days, awaiting the Predator World 8-Ball Championship, which is upcoming in a few days. And there's a lot of sights to see around this beautiful island. Looking at pictures of the rainforests and the waterfalls. The climate, you can't beat it. Beautiful sunny day again, mid-80s.
And Chang shoots and makes the 10 and gets on the board. 2-1, Joshua Filler still up, but Chang is not here to go to a shootout. He's here to stay in this tournament.
Yeah, he's not concerning himself with any of these hot spots around Puerto Rico. He wants to stay in this nice air-conditioned venue inside the ballroom here, the conference center. It's guys like you and me that we're the ones thinking about working on our 10s, Tim.
Are we thinking about working on our 10s?
Every time I hit that pillow at night.
Yeah, every day I'm like, oh, well, maybe I can go to the swimming pool, and then eventually I'm just too tired and don't get to see the sun. That's okay.
Definitely a holiday spot, though, no question.
Yep.
Rack number 4, 2-1, the lead to Filler.
Oh, the 1 got kissed straight in the hole. The 8-ball goes. Position on the 2, and I mean, it's tough beating a guy that breaks like this.
Yeah, he's capable of running out a set with breaks like this. Monster break. Cue ball in the middle. He's got a shot at the 2.
He might choose to make the 2 and run into the 4, just to open the 6 ball up, open everything up. If he wants to, doesn't have to. Oh, he chose to keep it clean and simple. Just that 4 ball does not have the full side pocket. And if he decides to shoot that, he'll have to come back down table for the 5 ball.
Yeah, I think he was trying to draw a little further and play that 4 into the bottom right corner from our overhead camera. He's a little short of speed.
Yeah, especially from the overhead camera, it looks like the 4 ball doesn't really go. He doesn't really seem to be worried about it, so it might be a lot easier than it looks to us.
Well, mate, does it pass into the side pocket? It certainly doesn't look like it.
No.
But the way he was cueing at it, almost looked like he was going to try and cut it in the side. And he's having another look. Tough to tell from where we're sat.
Well, he's cutting this. He's probably just going 2 rails towards the spot, towards the wrecking spot. Well, he played 1 rail, but he was always going to leave himself this cut. That was the best thing he could do.
Well, knowing that this 4 passed into the side, I mean, his last shot was just overhit, really, then. Not underhit, overhit.
Yeah, we'll have to go 4 rails around the table for the 6 in the bottom right corner. Oh, and he scratched straight in the side. Oh, and he's certainly annoyed by himself right now. Yeah, he needed more left spin on there, and he just needed to end up just in front of the side pocket to get perfect on the 6. And oh, this is a nice welcome gift for Joshua Filler. He won't mind taking this game and getting on the hill. Oh, hit that a little bit firm on the to get on the 9. It still should be okay though. Many routes to get to the 10.
And this will get Josh to the hill.
Yeah, like I said, the Joshua Filler train has left, but then Chang did have a small chance to make it 2 each. But instead, Joshua Filler got to the hill 3-1.
And he'll break to try and give us a shootout.
Yeah, will be his final break of this match. Won't be breaking as we're playing winner breaks. And needs a good break though, like I've been saying all week, every little mistake you can make could cost you 2 or 3 games. So one mistake and Chang could be all in it to win it.
Some very enviable Predator equipment being used by the reigning World 8-Ball champion. And Josh Filler, just like Chang, with a powerful break. As we've said, as good as any we've seen on the main table here.
Oh, breaking from the center, completely switched it up. And is that 10 ball going in? No. And has he left that 1 ball on? It's close.
He had no chance to get anything there as soon as I mentioned how well he was breaking.
Yeah, so he might see enough, or he's maybe playing a small massé. See, he's playing a little bit jacked up, putting the cue a little bit in the air to curve around the 5 with inside and get on the 2. And oh, there's still a lot more to do. 4-9 combination is pretty doable. Got perfectly straight on the 2, which is in this case a little worrying because you don't want to risk getting too close on the too close to the corner pocket.
He's calling the 10 ball. I think
ball?
he's going to play the 2 in the side or towards the side, but is there room to try and get that 10 off this? Play the billiard? That's what he's called.
Oh, that's something else.
Well, he felt it was there, but he didn't call the 2.
No, he called the 10 ball, and this is a very interesting choice from Chang Yun-Lin.
He was dead straight on that 2 into the corner. He could have rolled down, played that 2 in and 3 into the corner that's now covered by the 10.
Yeah, and this is a little question mark. This is a tough shot on the 3. There is the carom on the 10. If he hits the rail with a lot of left spin, and that left spin will also transfer to the 10 ball to twist it over more to the right. So I'm playing this with a lot of left spin. Just anywhere from half a ball contact or thinner should be okay. Oh, and he caught it too thick.
He probably thought he had that one. I did.
She caught that a little bit too thick. If he just has it a hair over, a hair thinner, goes straight in the hole. As he called the 10 ball again. I don't think he did that, and well, he certainly sold out here. Might choose to cut the 3 and then just run into the 4. 2 reels, run into the 4. You will either have it the 4 ball in the bottom left corner, or maybe another shot on the 10 ball. Sorry. Well, he played safe.
I was wondering whether he might even try and hide that cue ball right in behind the 9 and bring the 3 up by the 10. It would have been a risky option, but high rewards.
Yeah, well, I think he was just trying not to have Chang make a great shot somewhere. So 2 rails here, probably soft, just like that. Oh, and oh, he didn't rearrange the furniture, which is a good thing. Still made sure that if Joshua got ball in hand, he wouldn't sell out.
Very thin cut, leave the 3 right there behind the 9.
Might have called a 10 ball. A lot of spin. It's exactly the area
Oh,
where
I'm
you
not
want.
sure he hit it.
Oh.
Well, it doesn't matter. Cue ball went straight into the pocket anyway, but
wow.
I don't think he hit the 3. What an error in judgment that was.
This is not something you get to see very often. He's smiling in his seat. He played with that much left spin. Like he aligned the ball to where he was going to thin it, and then he decided to play with a lot of left spin, which pushes the cue ball out a little bit.
Well, we'll see if Chang, he's smiling, but he's got the exact same shot. We'll see if he plays it a little better.
Yeah, good shot from Chang, but a little ironic.
And again, just to remind you, 3-1 in favor of Filler. This rack would be all he needs to force a shootout.
So kicking short with some right spin here. Soft would like to hit the edge, maybe get behind the 9. Oh, pretty good hit, but has left either a very easy safety. Oh, not either. He's left a couple in between the 4 and the 7, or glued to the 9 ball. Oh, and that speed was very good. I think he has eliminated 1 rail kick, but Joshua called it, so maybe he's playing with a lot of left.
Yeah, imperative that he hits this. Goes without saying where the 10 is.
Okay, so Chang could have done a little better on this safety. Oh, and he's missed it.
Yeah, that's going to cost him the rack. 3-10 will be forthcoming in seconds. Costly miss, that one. And this will bring it back to 3-2. And Chang will have the break. So 3-2 confirmed. And the World 8-Ball champion breaking to try and get Hill. One thing about it, Tim, mistakes have been punished, duly punished in this match. It's been high quality. A couple unforced errors, I think it's fair to say.
But I think so far it has been very interesting too, as we both seen some good safety play. It's not just been a run-out game. They both have been moving the balls pretty interestingly. They both made a couple errors here and there, but not too crazy errors. So I think it has been pretty interesting so far.
And breaking strong, both of them.
Yeah, the breaks has been pretty good too, especially this guy right here. Let's see if he's crushing the break again. Oh, he certainly did, and needs a 3-ball to crawl to that corner. And
no friends at the table, and he's left a simple 1 for Filler.
well, that's another thing I was talking with Tony about, is the more that the cue ball jumps after hitting the cue ball, speed and power that was on the cue ball directly into the 1. So that's like, it looked really good that he had that big jump on the cue ball, but maybe a little less jump would have more balls flying everywhere.
Equated to more power.
Oh, and just that 7 ball, which is a little tricky. Doesn't go in the corner, but could play the 7-10 combination or the short side of the 7.
And again, the way that Filler plays the game exudes confidence. Just wastes little time, gets on with his business. It almost shocks you when the miss creeps in. So many great players in Germany that he's had to pattern his game from. You know, the Ralph Souquets, Oliver Ortmans, Torsten Homans, so many good players.
Oh, and didn't really get great on the 6 ball. He's okay, he can still make it, but would have liked to have a little smaller angle.
And a left-hander that I'm sorry, Tim, a left-hander in Germany that I really became a big fan of, Thomas Engert. I used to love watching him play, and you just wonder with Josh being a lefty if he might not have seen a little bit of Thomas Engert in the past.
Well, that's one name I have heard a lot of times, but never really seen play. Oh, he was cheating the pocket there. Got perfect on the 8, so just these 3 balls, and if he can make the 8, get off the short rail, he should be okay, and this will go to a shootout. Oh, you play with low right, little exhibition stuff.
Yeah, keeping his alignment on the 9. So we'll see if these players have been practicing the 10 ball in the shootout, because that's where we are. And for me, my second shootout of the tournament.
And we'll go for a short 2-minute break, and we'll be right back with the deciding shootout. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Medalla Light Puerto Rico Open here in San Juan. It's shootout time between Joshua FILLER and Chang Yun-Lin, and here is the rules. Both players have 4 shots each. They will alternate the sides. And the player with the highest score after 4 will win the match. Now if they tie score somewhere, 1 each, 2 each, 3 each, maybe 4 each, they will go to sudden death. The cue ball will move 1 diamond more backwards, so it will be a longer shot. So Chang chose to go first. He also chose to go from the right side. There's in general 2 ways to shoot it. Most of the players shoot it with low right, but there's also a lot of players that shoot it just center ball 3 rails around. So let's see what Chang does.
No, good start. Good confident start. And from what I've seen with the shootout, this is how the players have played this shot. Just thumped it in. Cue ball going off 3 cushions. Tim and I flipped a coin to see who got who in this for a drink. So I'm in a little bit of trouble right now if that gives anybody at home a tip.
Well, I mean, the player that is 1 up is always a favorite, I guess, but just curious to see. I'm not sure how Joshua's going to play. It's like I said, there's 2 ways to shoot it. I used to play it the center ball way and just make sure I strike the ball nicely. And I'm sure this guy will. Straight in the hole.
Well, it's interesting with one being a left-hander and one being a right-hander too, because for me, being a left-hander, that would be my preferred side where you're playing into an open pocket. And now Chang is going from the other side of the table, which would be his preferred side. A little bit more difficult for Josh. So kind of a tactical move for him, opting with the other side first.
Oh, and it's interesting to see that Chang from this side, he's using the hand on the rail. It's different than from the other side. He shoots, and he makes it though.
Heart of the
Still
pocket.
Good execution. And this is a big match. The winner advances to still have a chance to go to the top 16. The loser is out.
Josh moving the cue ball out towards the center where he'll put his bridge hand on the table.
Yeah, so he's doing the same thing as he did on the other side. Hopefully with the same result. And the same result it is. 2 each. Only 2 more shots left for both players. And I have a strong feeling this could go to a sudden death.
Yeah, neither player blinking yet.
Two innings, we're tied. 2 apiece.
You know, we talk a lot about situational pool, and you know, there's a lot of pressure out there right now in this shot. As you said, you know, the winner gets to stay on with a chance at the $25,000 winner's purse. Tremendous amount of pressure, and these guys are dealing with it like champions. Good shot, that one from Chang. He's 3 for 3. Keeps the heat on Josh. And the crowds tend to gather too, looking around. Everyone's kind of made their way to this main table over on the side. A few more in the chairs. Yeah, this brings them all out. Everybody likes to see players perform under duress.
Oh, and again, straight in the hole. Both players have not touched the size of the pocket yet.
No, and I haven't touched the cash in my pocket yet either.
3 innings, we are tied 3 apiece.
So basically it's sudden death from here already. Very big shot. Wow, and he really forced that ball in.
Yeah, now Josh is under a lot of pressure. Playing from what I would consider his weak side, being left-handed.
I think it's still interesting that Chang shoots it different from the right side and the left side. From our left side, he plays it with low right. From the other side, he shoots it from the rail, just center ball. It's just, I think it's very interesting. I have not seen any other player do that. So, Joshua Filler has to make this, or he's out. Oh, that cue ball almost went in the side.
Yeah, well, we've never seen that. At least I haven't.
Look at this. That would have been a loss. So that was very close.
We are all tied 4-piece. We are now in sudden death.
And so now does the box shrink?
Yeah, the box goes back. One more diamond. He'll have to shoot from that 1x1 diamond area.
Degree of difficulty increases. Just shows you with our illustrated graphic there.
Oh, and he's missed it. This is Joshua's chance. And your chance to win a pina colada.
I hit it good, just not good enough.
Yeah, went back just a little short and then jabbed the cue ball. Yeah, that sudden shot is a real nail biter. And everybody is on the edge of their seat.
To remind you, Chang won the first set, had opportunities to win the second set. So this one will hurt, assuming Filler makes it hurt.
So this is to be Chang Yun-Lin. And it goes in.
And he does. Great performance, that one from Filler. Comes back in a shootout and eliminates the World 8-Ball champion.
Yeah, he beats him 5-4 in sudden death style. And wow, I'm still flabbergasted how he won that. He was in a bad spot after losing the first set, and he got himself all the way back into this match. Well, thank you, Jim. It has been my pleasure. This was Jim Weitz and Tim de Ruyter. And we would like to see you all back at 2 p.m. So stay tuned. Thank you.